Good morning, everybody. Pastor Stitch, Narrow Path Christian Church, BC, Bay City, Michigan. Welcome to the Biker Devotional. And yes, it is still morning, technically. I didn't make it to noon yet. Sorry I'm so late getting here. To be perfectly honest, struggling to get motivated today. The weather probably has something to do with it, but also still processing things out with Dad and being real with you. It's difficult. I know where he's going. I'm excited for him to be finished with this race. I'm sure he's finishing well. I'm grateful for God to give me the years that I've had with him and all of that. But there is a part of me who struggles with watching this process as it works out. And is that wrong? Absolutely not. It's part of our life here on earth is the grieving process. We have to grieve. Matter of fact, we have to grieve in more than just loss of life. We have to grieve a loss of any kind. And if we don't learn to do that well, we're going to struggle in life. You know, I had absolutely no intention on talking on this. I was going to talk about something out of Proverbs 24 today, but I think this is an important thing to talk about. In recovery, we learn how to process through these things. We don't necessarily call it grieving because, well, grieving has that negative tone to it. But the reality is, when I quit drinking, there was a big part of me that really was upset about not being able to drink, right? If you're honest, that's true with you as well. Whatever it is you're trying to give up, if it's gambling, if it's shopping, if it's control, whatever it is, you have to grieve that process. You have to go through the process of realizing it can't be there anymore. And it's going to produce in you some effects, and you're going to have to endure those effects. Celebrate recovery. Recovery in general gives you the opportunity to learn how to do that in community, with help of others, while helping others, right? And it's important to remember. But if you try to avoid the grieving process, more than likely you're going to fail. You're going to fall back into whatever it is. Now, we can't fall back into a loss of a loved one. It's a permanent thing. So it's more final. But when we have to grieve the loss of whatever it is that you're struggling with giving up, maybe you're the guy who can't stop looking at porn. You're going to grieve the loss of that feeding of your brain. The problem is, it's always there. Heck, you can fire it up in your own head. The grieving process is difficult, more difficult with those than it is with grieving the loss of someone you love dearly, them passing and knowing they can't come back. Part of grieving is the finality of it. In recovery, we need to get to the finality of whatever it is we're giving up. And that's something that's really difficult, isn't it? But it's critical. So I want you to think on that today. What is it that you need to give up? And are you willing to make it a finality, a permanence? Because if you're not, then you're not going to grieve it. And that's the truth. I love y'all. I hope you have a great day.